Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daybreak here on WGRZ Plus. We've got a half hour left of Daybreak. We're streaming through 9:30, and we begin with a tragic house fire in the town of Tonawanda. We're following developments there as we're waiting for police to identify the victim. The person died in that house fire on Woodstock Avenue yesterday afternoon, and firefighters say a hoarding situation posed a lot of challenges for them when they tried to get the fire under control and find the victim inside. 2 on your side's Nate Benson has more.
Just before 2:30 on Monday afternoon, Ryan Lee, along with his father and brother, smelled smoke in the area of Woodstock Ave and Idlewood Drive in the town of Tonawanda.
We didn't know what it was, me and my mom. So we looked outside, and there was smoke coming from that house down there, and we just called 911 to see if everything was okay.
And according to Ryan, his brother and father tried to enter the home to see if anyone needed help.
But there was so much smoke that we didn't want to go in there and then possibly get injured or burned to death.
It was around that time when crews from the Brighton Fire District arrived on scene as well.
Crews arrived, made an initial push into the house, found heavy fire, extinguished it. Found extensive damage and hoarding conditions throughout.
Hoarding conditions?
Hoarding conditions, yeah.
Unfortunately, crews were not able to rescue the one person inside the home.
Still under investigation, but it was a fatal fire.
People, when they hear hoarding conditions, they might have an image from what popular reality shows you've had.
Sure.
Just how bad of a scene was it inside, you know?
Wasn't one of the worst ones I've ever seen, but there was a lot of stuff throughout the house that posed a lot of challenges for fire crews to really make a push through the structure to find exactly what was burning.
Multiple volunteer fire companies from the north towns responded to the scene, including Brighton, Ellicott Creek, Elwood, and Kenilworth. How are the crews doing? Obviously, the ones especially who made that initial push into the scene.
Yeah, so everybody, as you said, it's not something that anybody wants to unfortunately deal with in the first response community, but everybody seems to have good spirits at the moment. Mental health is one of the big things that we worry about in the first response community, so we have stress debriefing on standby. The Erie County chaplains are also something that we'll reach out to as well to make sure that we're constantly keeping an eye on our first responders, making sure that they're okay in the days to come.
On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Nate, thank you. 9:02 now, and Genesee County prosecutors say they are ready for the trial against the tour bus driver accused of causing 5 deaths in that massive crash on the New York State Thruway last August. 56-year-old Bin Shao is still being held at the Genesee County Jail, where his cash bail is now $200,000. During court yesterday, Shao's attorney asked for his bail to be reduced, but the district attorney wanted it higher, and ultimately the judge agreed. The DA says Shao is a flight risk since he went to China 1 to 3 years before the crash for a long period of time. And if he were to leave the country again, bringing him back for trial would be a challenge.
There's no extradition treaty with China, so the mechanism to bring him back to this country if he were to leave doesn't exist. Well, the bail initially set was not terribly high, and it was based upon the information I received, which indicated that he had left the country for a significant period of time, that he lives in a community that is, according to the state police, distrustful of government agencies. When the state police went to arrest him on the arrest warrant, they didn't feel he was residing at the address he gave as a residence, which they say is not uncommon for people in that community. And I would just stress that that's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing underhanded about that. It just makes it difficult to find somebody and makes it easier for them if they were to flee the jurisdiction to leave.
And witnesses say he was distracted by a water bottle rolling around the bus when he lost control. State police haven't denied that theory. Shao's charged with 5 counts each of manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. Oral arguments are now scheduled for May 11th. The annual Thunder of Niagara Air Show has been called off. Officials with the Air Reserve Station say this is, quote, due to the allocation of resources to ongoing operations in the U.S. Central Command area of responsibility. Now, the U.S. Central Command is in charge of the current military conflict with Iran, with airstrikes involving U.S. and Israeli aircraft. They are refueled by the KC-135 tankers, like the 8 large planes at the airbase. The commander of the Air Force Reserve 914th Air Refueling Wing at the base previously confirmed their Middle East presence last summer during the previous strikes on Iran nuclear sites. And this comes as the U.S. is preparing for more overwhelming strikes in the Middle East. Within the past hour, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said, quote, "Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran." He said this during a Pentagon briefing this morning. Since the war began, more than 1,200 people have been killed in Iran. 7 U.S. service members have been killed while supporting the mission. It is 9:05 on Daybreak, and back here in Western New York, 2 out of 10 drivers in upstate New York are reporting damage from potholes this spring, according to AAA, as the winter thaw reveals hidden craters that could swallow a tire. 2 on your sides, Rob Hackford joins us live on the roof this morning to explain what drivers can do. And Rob, it's something that all of us hope to avoid, but unlucky ones are dealing with a lot of damage to their cars.
Yeah, Melissa, just along Tupper Street the other day, heading onto the 33, there was a series of potholes that were just abysmal until the other day. They were patched up and filled up, but you're dodging and weaving often, obviously trying to stay in your lane and safe while driving. But the AAA says after an especially bitter, cold winter, you see these increases. Usually during a typical winter, it's about 1 in 10 drivers, but we're seeing that increase, 2 in 10. In terms of Western New York numbers, that breaks down to, according to the Club Car, about 8,000 to 10,000 drivers in damaged vehicles in Western New York. A Town Motor Car, a repair shop in town here, can certainly attest to those numbers. They've seen a ton of repairs, they say. It's after we spoke with the service manager, Chris Weirdine. He says suspension and wheel damage are the most common issues, as you might expect. And while some of that work can be very costly and can cause some catastrophic damage, according to the AAA, most of the damage that they see reported into insurance is categorized under collision and falls below your insurance deductible, meaning more people are having to pay out of pocket.
Windows are down and people are hearing noises that they didn't hear all winter long, and now's the time. Everybody's being aware of things that have been overlooked for the whole winter. Bent wheels, a lot of suspension work, broken coil springs, control arms. The big one is rims getting bent from impacts with potholes.
Most people have a deductible, somewhere between $500 to $1,000 for collision on their vehicles. A lot of the claims that we're seeing, though, are falling in the $400 to $600 range, so they're not necessarily getting filed on insurance as much as the customers would probably like them to be.
Yeah, Kirsten adds, if you feel the damage to your vehicle was caused by the neglect of a local highway department, and this will depend on what roads you're on. Some of the main roads are the responsibility of the counties, other are the responsibility of the state. You have to track that down first. To file a claim, that doesn't hurt necessarily, but it can be very difficult, he says, to have that municipality on the hook for your damages. Municipalities require written notice as well as a reasonable amount of time to make a repair, like that one I mentioned over on Tupper Street. That was repaired within a couple days. I know the 290 ramp has some issues as well. If you have potholes in your area or in your town that you want us to know about, egregious ones perhaps, feel free to reach out. My email is robert.hackford@wgrz.com. You can also email our news desk. Again, if you're filing a claim against a municipality, you need to meet those several criteria, making it very unlikely, although something you can consider. Melissa?
Yeah, it's probably more of a headache to try to go after the municipality to get them to pay for your claim. And most of the times we're hearing that they are denied anyway. And just filing a claim through your insurance, Rob, you really have to weigh your options there, because if you file a claim, then you still have to pay the deductible and your premium might go up because you filed a claim. So is it really worth it if you've only got $500 to $1,000 worth of damage? You might be better off just paying it out of pocket, unfortunately, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of the advice that Kears gave. Call your insurance company first, look at your plan and consider the options here, because that $400 expense out of pocket without filing a claim may end up saving you money, rather, as opposed to having that $50 increase per month the next time you sign on to insurance or look for another plan as well.
Yeah, what a headache. All right, Rob, thank you. All right, yeah, it is officially pothole season, Kevin, and it's not going away anytime soon either.
Yeah, they get to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, around here. Yeah, it's the change in temperatures that does it. Today, pretty consistent in the temperature department, but we're going to deal with some precipitation later, some light, I would say rather scattered shower activity. Tomorrow, though, quite a bit of rain across western New York and some thunderstorms expected to be embedded within the showers as well. So again, today, clouds increase, a gray day for the most part. Again, a lot of dry time, especially in the morning. Once you get to the afternoon, you see these isolated showers popping up. Everything's moving pretty quick. I don't think anybody's getting any downpour today, or no thunderstorms are anticipated today. Tomorrow morning, Patrick, or if it's me, whoever's in the weather chair, is going to be tracking some storms anticipated for the Wednesday morning, possibly impacting the commute as well. And then a bit of a dry interval as we head towards midday. And then another line of rain moving its way through around the afternoon. And again, some thunderstorms. You could see some downpours in here. The Storm Prediction Center has us at a marginal risk for severe storms. I see another round of rain heading into the sunset or so, but then the front is going to again escort this cooler air from the north across western New York. We're going to fall through the 50s, through the 40s, and through the 30s. Your Thursday, again, there's going to be no snow to talk about really, but I think temperatures will be in the 20s for the kids at the bus stop, for everybody else. It's going to feel awfully cold after being spoiled with temperatures in the 60s, even 70s on Sunday. Maybe just a few flakes around, but certainly no accumulations anticipated. Again, this is the Storm Prediction Center. They assess risk of severe potential, whether it be hail, locally damaging wind gusts, downpours, tornado risk as well. Just a slight risk for the southern half of our viewership for some severe activity for our viewers in south of Bradford, south of Coudersport. If you're on your way to Punxsutawney, then maybe you might run into, it's a better chance of running into some severe storms down there. So today, 61 degrees, cloudy, some isolated showers in the afternoon, wind not a factor today. T-storms possible, especially around daybreak tomorrow. Not an all-day rain for us, but it's going to come in with some moderate to heavy rain we anticipate, and some thunderstorms are expected as well as part of the equation for our Wednesday together. If I could add the 8th day, it would be St. Patrick's Day. It would be our buddy Patrick's birthday, Patrick Hammer, and it's going to be a cold day across western New York. But let's take you day by day. Again, in the 60s today and tomorrow, rainy day on Wednesday. Your outdoor plans are probably not going to happen. Thursday, considerably colder, but on the dry side. Do I walk over to Melissa here, or do I stay here? Toss back to Missy. Okay. Friday, mixed precipitation, mainly rain, maybe some flakes in the morning. There are 2 St. Patrick's Day parades in Buffalo. Saturday, the smaller one is called the Old Neighborhood Parade. They're going to have temperatures in the 30s. It looks to be dry and partly cloudy. Sunday, it'll be a little bit warmer, but it looks to be a little bit wetter, also breezier for the larger Sunday parade, which goes on Delaware and downtown Buffalo. And then it's another front working its way through, giving us temperatures well below average for Monday in the 30s. But for our Tuesday, it looks like highs will be in the 20s, Melissa, on the 17th itself.
Are you serious?
Don't listen. Don't shoot the meteorologist.
Oh my goodness! I was not expecting you to say highs in the 20s.
And well, look at this. Look at the overnight low. See the Monday drop.
Gosh.
So Tuesday we're going to start in the teens, and then warm, quote unquote, into the 20s. It's not a long-lasting cold spell. Okay?
It better not be.
Don't listen.
I know.
March stinks around here.
The worst.
Springs are stubborn. Our summers are awesome, and we pay for them.
Oh.
Okay.
This summer better be like 7 months long.
March is like 80 days long.
Yeah.
But our summers are outstanding.
Yeah.
And again, I've got this quote memorized. Ready? Buffalo has the sunniest and driest summers of any major city in the Northeast.
It's hard to believe.
And I think about that when I'm walking the dog and it's drizzly and 40 degrees for the 7th day in a row. I just remember Buffalo has the sunniest and driest summers of any major city in the Northeast. All right, Coda, let's get this over with. I'm freezing.
Just keep saying
That's right.
It might come true eventually. All right, Kevin, thank you. And Kevin will join me over here coming up right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get to Sabres,
yes,
Patrick's birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, as we all have been saying. I need to ask him when he comes back, if he wasn't born on St. Patrick's Day, would he still be Patrick? What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Tredavious was going to be his original name, but he was born on St. Patrick's Day. And they went with that. By the way, I have a cousin who was born on St. Patrick's Day, Brian McCarthy. His middle name was given, and they gave him the middle name Patrick.
Makes sense.
There you go.
All right. There we go. Tredavious Hammer.
That's right. So we know we need more blue and yellow Zubaz around here.
We do, because Sabre stuff is flying off the shelves. It is so much fun to watch the team right now, especially watching Sunday's 8-7 thriller over Tampa. And now they're looking to keep the momentum going. They play San Jose tonight. They play again on Thursday, and then the Leafs come to town on Saturday. Sabres are going for 8 in a row tonight. Now, it was 2011 when Buffalo was dubbed hockey heaven. We've been in hockey purgatory since then. But this was last night at David Adams' card shop where Jack Quinn and who else was there? And Zach Benson were there signing autographs, and fans were lined up so excited to meet them and to, cheer on the Sabres.
The Sabres are on a real playoff push for the first time in 15 years, and some fans got the opportunity to meet some of the players off the ice and in person. Zach Benson and Jack Quinn were at David Adams Card World for an autograph signing last night. The event, which was planned weeks ago, was packed with fans, many of them telling us they decided to come after Sunday night's victory. Fans last night were pumped to meet the players and reminisce on the game.
I'm so excited to see Benson, who's yesterday, Benson gave us a puck. I'm going to tell him, remember me? I'm from the game from yesterday.
The crowd was amazing. It was so loud. I haven't heard it that loud in forever. And just everyone was high-fiving everybody else, and just the chants and everything. It was unbelievable.
While at the signing, fans had the opportunity to buy and bring merch for the players to sign. And David Adams tells us that these events are important for them to host because it gives fans the opportunity to see that the players are real and not just on the ice or the TV screen. Now the push continues tonight here at KeyBank Center at 7 p.m. Tickets are about $70. On your side at KeyBank Center, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
Okay, talk on the air.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Elliot, his new hobby is collecting cards, like old school card collecting. But now it's so high tech. I mean, he's getting apps to grade the cards, and he's watching.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and to see what it's worth. So you scan it, and it tells you what it's worth.
That's
and then
cool.
he watches on YouTube, watches people rip open decks of cards, or not decks, packs of cards.
Sure.
And so we're at David Adams and other card shops every week, and this is how he's spending his birthday money, is buying cards. But I'm like, why don't you take that money and actually buy a good card so you're guaranteed a good card rather than spending $20 on a pack and you might not get anything good in it. But it's like, that's the beauty. Nothing's changed. I mean, that's how it's always been, right? With cards.
I have 2 shoeboxes filled with one player. The Bills acquired, I'll say who it is. The Bills acquired a player, and people were very excited about it. It was when eBay was kind of still new. And I convinced my then wife to, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of Drew Bledsoe rookie cards.
Oh, no.
As an investment.
So you have shoeboxes full of just Drew Bledsoe?
I have 2 shoeboxes filled, and I'm not kidding, with Drew Bledsoe cards, thinking that these will accrue. These will
Beanie Babies.
These will add value. So if anybody wants to buy a couple shoeboxes filled.
How much is it going for?
It's going. You know what? If you look at them individually, it'll list the price. Oh, this one's worth $20, is what it says online. Yeah. But but I can't convince somebody else of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. I'll take them somewhere. Maybe I'll get that app and see what they're worth. But if anybody wants Drew, I'm hoping he makes it to the Hall of Fame because then they'll be a little bit worth more, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Or maybe his family wants to buy him from Walla Walla, Washington. Where he's from.
Take those shoeboxes to all of these card shows. I drove Elliot and 6 of his friends. I packed these kids in my car and we drove all the way out to Rochester on Super Bowl Sunday because there was nothing to do in the morning. And so I'm like, let's just go. And all of the boys are so into collecting cards. And so this place was
That is kind of cool though. I do like that. Yeah.
It was just like they weren't on their tablets. They weren't in front of a TV. They weren't playing video games. They were actually spending time with each other and then cool. walking around and looking at other people's cards and trading and wheeling and dealing. And it was a fun afternoon. And then we were back in time to watch the Super Bowl. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just fun to see these kids doing like old school activities that you did when you were a kid and still
I did. Well,
in the 90s with
the Drew Bledsoe I wasn't a kid for.
No.
When I was a kid, I did have some cards, but they're not in good quality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're all shredded. I mean, I got like an O.J. Simpson card, and I got like other Walter Payton card, but they're all shredded on the side. It's not going to be worth more. Not going to be worth a lot.
Right. And one little tiny blemish can ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, so you get it out and you put it behind what? Put it in the plastic right away?
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right, we'll talk more coming up right after the break. Stay with us. Yeah, he wanted like an official card. He is so good. And what a good song choice, too.
Yeah.
Right? With the low belting and then the high vibrato. And it's so great. Anyway, this is Lucas West. And he is from Western New York. And he sent us a special message back home after making it through the first round of NBC's The Voice last week.
Hi everyone, it's Lucas West and I'm on Team Legend this season on The Voice. I'm so excited to represent Buffalo, New York. Thank you for your support and be sure to keep watching the show right here on Channel 2.
Yeah, he made it through the blind auditions on Team Legend. Now he's going to go to the knockout rounds. But if he looks familiar or his voice sounds familiar, it's because this is him playing the national anthem at one of the Bills' home playoff games last year. He's so talented. I hope he does well.
It's awesome, man.
And I could see him being with like John Legend and him being a good coach and mentor for him. But we have a lot of Western New Yorkers who have been on The Voice and have done really well, from Joshua Vacanti to Cammie Clooney, who's now the anthem singer for the Buffalo Sabres, to Sydney Sterlace last year, who made it to the finals, and she was only 15, 16 years old during The Voice, and she will be on the Variety Kids Telethon, which is coming up on March 22nd and 21st and 22nd, next Saturday and Sunday. And she'll be performing and helping Variety raise money for children's charities here in Western New York. So it's great to see she's coming out with an album and she's still in high school. I mean, imagine being on this national TV show, making it to the finals, having hair, makeup, glamour, singing, wowing the country, and then going back to high school.
That is weird. How's your voice? You're a dancer.
I'm a dancer. I was in St. Joe's Swing Choir because they needed to have girls.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I sang very quietly.
Come on.
I was more of the dancer. And then I was in their musicals and everything. I did the Sweet Home musicals, but yeah, but I really can't carry a tune. I like to think I can, but I can't. Kind of like golf. Like it, but I'm very bad.
Okay, I've golfed with you. You got a good swing.
I've been, well, Elliot tries to teach me. Doesn't go very well. And I went to the Dome, and I finally hit another bucket a couple weeks ago, and it did not go. It did not go.
I do not practice golf in the off season.
Do you not?
No, I don't.
You just get out there, and you're like, all right, time to go.
Yeah, I don't want to work at golf. Just go out there and I'll hit a 90 and be happy. I don't want to work. I want
That's
to go out
how
there.
you and I are so different, because I'm like, because I need to work.
Well,
I want to work out.
Man.
I want to figure it out.
Any day on this side of the grass is to be celebrated. And a bad day of golf is better than a good day of work. You can walk around and hear the birds and hit a ball in the woods, and it's
or the water.
It's
or the sand trap.
It's a great way to. That's it. I'm not going to stress out and work. It's a game, for God's sakes. You're outside having fun. If you get a par, high five everybody, and if you don't, oh well, let's have a beer on to the next hole.
I need you golfing with Elliot more and remind him of that. But
What?
it's like because he takes it so seriously and gets so mad at himself when he hits a bad shot. And you can't hit a perfect shot every single time.
But it's okay. But he has the potential. But then again, I'm a grown, you know what, man. But he's a young man with a chance for scholarships and a chance to. So he's still ascending and he's working on his skills. I'm a guy who's pretty much peaked.
Pretty much.
And I'm not here for a long time, just a good time. And I'm going to go out there and go to Kaz and hit a golf ball around.
Yeah, fun stuff. It is a fun game. It's not a long walk spoiled. It should be a long walk enjoyed, right?
That's okay. Don't punish yourself. Golf is flog spelled backwards. So just don't do it. Get out there and have fun.
I need more Kevin-isms all the time. You just are very cheery. Make me feel good.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. It's nice to hear that from somebody.
All right, we're going to leave you with one more great story.
You singing?
No. Would you like to sing?
No.
A lullaby, perhaps?
No.
There are going to be a lot of lullabies in this house. I spoke with the mom of Quince, Jessica Lotbrine. Lotbrine, that is. And she says the second of the 5 babies is home. Holly came home first. Layla just came home on February 19th. So the 2 girls are home. The 3 boys are still in the hospital, but they're doing well. They're all off of oxygen, and they should be coming home soon also. So they are slowly easing into having 5 newborns, along with a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old at home.
Best wishes to you. Sleep while you can.
Right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks, Kev.
My pleasure.
Making our day bright and cheery.
Who pays
everybody.
us? You? This guy? All right.